Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Emily Bennett. 1 year ago today, Danny, a tin can Napier from Perry County, disappeared during heavy flooding. Officials believed he fell into the North Fork of the Kentucky River along Combs Road. Search and rescue crews never found him. In tonight's top story at 11, I spoke with officials who remember the search like it was yesterday. 1 year ago, rivers were running high after heavy flooding.
It doesn't take but very little water to take you away.
And Danny Tin Can Napier disappeared.
The not knowing is the toughest part.
Believed to have fallen into this river.
As the weather allowed us to, we've done an extensive search up to 45 miles of the river.
Crews spent weeks along the North Fork of the Kentucky River using every resource possible.
We had several dog teams that spent several days on land and on boats to cover that length of water.
But after exhausting every avenue, nothing.
Countless hours in search, and I was proud of the effort that we put forward. We just wish we'd had a different result.
Jerry Stacy says now, 1 year later, there's not much they can do but comfort the family.
Well, that's tough to see, and you know, unfortunately in these situations, you know, that's, there's no easy way to handle that.
Not being able to imagine the pain the family feels each and every day.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the Napier family today.
Wishing the search would have uncovered all the answers. Now, Stacy did say after flooding, it is easy to slip down the bank and fall into the river. He warns everyone to stay as far away as possible and always be aware of your surroundings. And here's another look at Napier. He disappeared near the North Fork of the Kentucky River near the old MC Napier High School 1 year ago on February 24th, 2019. Now, Napier is described as a 5'10", 180 pounds. Anyone who may have info on Napier is still asked to call Kentucky State Police Post 13 at 606-435-6069. Now to the mystery of a missing Tennessee toddler. 2 people arrested this weekend in connection with the disappearance of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell appeared in a Tennessee court this morning. Now, Evelyn's grandmother, Angela Boswell, was arrested in North Carolina along with William McLeod in North Carolina. They were in a stolen vehicle that police were seeking in connection with the child's disappearance. Family members say they haven't seen Evelyn in more than 2 months, but she was just reported missing last week. Authorities say they will seek to extradite Boswell and McLeod back to Tennessee. In Knox County, a woman is charged with child endangerment after police say she was doing drugs with her toddler and infant in the house. Police say they found Jessica Schaefer holding her 2-year-old while slurring her speech and hallucinating. They say they found syringes, Suboxone, and amoxicillin prescription that didn't belong to her. They say she admitted to using Suboxone and meth. The children were placed in the custody of their grandmother, and Schaefer was taken to the Knox County Detention Center. A police chase in Mingo County left one man facing several charges. The Mingo County Sheriff's Office arrested Zachary Fowler after he brought his side-by-side to the Mingo Central High School campus Monday, ripping into the school's landscape while driving donuts as students watched. Fowler was arraigned Monday afternoon in Magistrate Court, where Magistrate Donald Sansom says he hopes the severity of the crime will not get lost in the mud.
Do away with the smile, because it's not a good time right now. You need to work it out. You know, this is a mistake, and you can come from this, but you've got to be the person that wants to. You've got to learn from your mistakes.
Fowler is being held on a $65,000 bond, facing several charges, including destruction of property, reckless driving, and assault on a school employee.
It's been a gloomy Monday, and this evening we've seen that rain kind of on and off, and now we're kind of seeing that off switch now. Looking along Interstate 75 into Mount Vernon, you're seeing kind of those wet roadways, so just take it easy out there. But those showers have stopped for now, but looking over the past hour or so, we're still dealing with those scattered showers, kind of heavy at times as well. Seeing down into the Cumberland Valley, some heavier bands moving through Knox, Bell, Whitley, and now into parts of Harlan, and even some areas along up into Rowan County along I-64, dealing with a little bit of rain as well. Mid-40s though, as we head into tonight for that low, staying pretty warm with those cloudy and rainy conditions. So those rain chances continuing on and off throughout the night tonight, a little bit into your Tuesday morning, but most of those showers move out by the day, maybe even some peaks of sunshine by the afternoon. Winds shift from the south, so actually we're going to get a little bit warmer than what Future View suggests. Those maybe upper 50s to lower 60s. We'll hang on to just a few scattered rain chances maybe Tuesday night into your Wednesday, but another system moves in Wednesday and Thursday, bring rain and maybe even a little bit of snow back into the mountains. I'll have more on that coming up in a little bit.
Thank you, Paige. Now, between outages, long customer service wait times, and rate hikes, Suddenlink customers in Pike County, Kentucky are fed up with their internet service provider. New at 11, Kelsey Soto went to Pikeville to hear from city leaders and frustrated residents.
When you work from home or are a college student taking online classes, your internet connection is everything.
It's huge for small businesses because when someone comes through and you can't take a credit or debit card transaction, all of a sudden now you're hurting. You've lost a sale that goes out the door, and that you may lose a repeat customer who does not come back.
Anthony Childers works out of his home. He's relied on Suddenlink to keep him connected for 3 years, but he says he's tired of spending days consistently without service and no refund. He's also experienced poor customer service, so he's decided to switch carriers.
My last call time was 35 minutes with them, and that was to try to cancel service.
I think that's just a perfect example of how people really are frustrated and they want change, they want good service that they're paying for, and they want to talk to somebody about it.
Last week, Pikeville City Commissioners requested that a representative from Suddenlink come and speak at their meeting. Concerned customers had the chance to ask the company about an increase in their bills.
She did address that because it did go up. She said $10.50, which is about what my personal bill went up. And she said that that was a communication increase that was put upon them and then therefore transferred to the customers.
Commissioner Powers is not only a city official, but also a Suddenlink customer. She says she appreciates the company's willingness to listen, and she hopes it makes the necessary improvements. At that meeting, she says the company's representative told the crowd they've already installed some equipment and plan to add more. They've also worked to improve customer service. As for Anthony, he says customers just want access to the service they're paying for.
I see people they'll do a speed test and they'll post the results on social media, and it is always so much lower than what they're paying for. You know, it is like sometimes it's 10-15% of what they're paying for. They should only be paying 10-15% of their bill at that point.
Now again, that was Kelsey Soto. There will be another public meeting in Pikeville on Suddenlink issues organized by citizens. It will be held in the fiscal courtroom at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. Now, one Laurel County man is behind bars after neighbors heard a fight and called 911. Deputies arrested Daniel Hornsby at his home on Parker Road after investigators say they found him strangling a woman even after police ordered him to stop. After police wrestled with him themselves, he was charged with strangulation. Now, that is a new charge here in Kentucky and carries a possible 10-year sentence. Deputies tell us under similar circumstances last year, Hornsby would have been charged with a Class A misdemeanor. Now it can be a Class C or Class D felony. The $1,000 reward is being offered in a dangerous case involving semi-trucks. Now, the Breathitt County Sheriff's Office says someone or a group of people are throwing full soda cans at semi-trucks on Kentucky 15 near the Breathitt and Wolfe Counties line. Officials say they believe it is people working outside of eastern Kentucky because it is happening before most people wake up.
Ride share. You know, today this week they're driving one guy's car, so when this commercial vehicle struck, then it's a description of that person's vehicle. Next week, when a different truck or even the same truck is hit, they're in a different vehicle. I think that supports my working theory. Anyone
with information is asked to call the Breathitt County Sheriff's Department at 606-666-3805. Now, Governor Andy Beshear made stops in eastern Kentucky today. He announced roughly $4 million in grant money coming to Perry County to help with multiple projects. More than $3.5 million will go to renovate the Sykes building and focus on creating about 200 jobs. Another $500,000 will go to the Route 80 water systems interconnect, which will make water more easy to access. The governor also talked about his parts of his vision for economic diversification.
We've got to start looking at new industries and new areas, what the economy will look like in the next 30 years, and let's pick things we can be number one in, like agriculture technology. And we've got the world's population exploding, and it's estimated our farmers have to increase their output by 2 to 3 times in the next 30 years.
Bashir also stopped in the city of Jackson and Breathitt County about $2 million in funding to help replace 16,700 feet of outdated water lines. Now, a months-long search after losing her husband last year, one Somerset woman made it her mission to find his car. Tonight's WYMT's very own Dakota Makers brings the story of how that search finally came to an end.
A search that seemed like it would never end.
I just kept looking for it and looking for it and looking for it.
Crystal Nelson lost her husband last September. Since then, she's been looking for a special part of their relationship, a memento to their time together, her husband's car.
Just kept looking for that little car because he was always in it.
Her search came up empty, but that all changed last Friday afternoon.
Phone call came in. Customer was looking for a specific car.
And just by luck, Tim Short Chrysler sales representative Cretan Spurlock had the car.
The VIN she gave us matched the VIN of one of those vehicles.
The search that I done to try to find it was unbelievable.
A sigh of relief.
I told them that please don't let it get away, that I would be there.
A car full of memories.
It was a big part of our life. And now that I've got it back with me, I feel like part of him is back with me.
The end result?
She cried. Instant tears, all of us.
A tangible object bringing memories back of a loved one. In Hazard, Dakota Makers, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Nelson said it is hard to describe the feeling without experiencing this for yourself. Now, coming up at 11, we'll take you to Los Angeles, where thousands paid tribute to Kobe Bryant and his daughter nearly a month after they were killed along with 7 others in a helicopter crash. And later, after years of waiting, the victims of disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein finally hear a guilty verdict.
And we'll get a slight rain break tomorrow before more rain and maybe even some snow arrives by Wednesday. I'll have those details coming up.